A widowed rancher, a modified Winchester, and a boy who could cry on command. The Rifleman wasn't just another Western, it was a revolution in a Stetson, a series that turned a father and son into primetime television's emotional core and transformed a weapon into a symbol of protection. But behind the dust and drama, nothing was simple. Chuck Connors wasn't meant to be a cowboy. Before Hollywood, he was a professional athlete, 6'5", drifting between basketball and minor league baseball. Acting was supposed to be temporary. Then he auditioned. He didn't perform Lucas McCain. He inhabited him, a widower raising a son in a violent land. Connors brought something unpolished and real. The producers didn't ask for a second reading. They simply said yes. But the rifle nearly derailed the show. The modified 1892 Winchester, fitted with an oversized loop for that famous spin-cock move, looked effortless on screen. In reality, it jammed constantly. It misfired. It caught on gloves and holsters. The prop department built multiple versions, adjusting them between takes. Connors practiced for hours every day until his hands blistered. He knew the truth. If the rifle didn't work, the show didn't work. Johnny Crawford was only 12 when he was cast as Mark McCain, but he was already a seasoned performer. He could memorize pages overnight and cry on cue without tricks. When he read opposite Connors, the chemistry was instant. Off camera, Connors treated him like a son. On camera, that bond became the heart of the series. Even the theme song sparked controversy. Composer Herschel Burke Gilbert created a bold, driving score. Executives called it too aggressive. Creator Arnold Lavin disagreed. Lucas wasn't a peaceful rancher. He was a man wrestling with violence. The music stayed. It became unforgettable. The show was originally titled The Sharpshooter. Lavin changed it just before premiere. This wasn't about fast guns. It was about the man forced to carry one, and the weight that came with it. Filming took place in brutal California heat, often topping 100 degrees. Crawford suffered heat exhaustion. Cameras overheated. The sweat and fatigue you see on screen weren't makeup. They were real. Network executives pushed for a steady love interest to soften Lucas. Lavin resisted. The absence of Mark's mother was the point. Lucas choosing his son over romance made the story honest. In real life, Connors disliked firearms. He worried about glorifying violence. So he pushed for scripts that emphasized restraint. Lucas rarely shot to kill. Strength meant knowing when not to pull the trigger. Then came the episode the network buried. In it, Lucas confronts the man responsible for his wife's death. Rage overtakes control. Mark watches his father lose himself. The scene was filmed in one long take. Executives found it too dark and shelved it for years before it finally aired in syndication. After the first season, Connors wanted to leave. He was exhausted. But Johnny Crawford visited him and quietly said he wasn't ready for it to end. Connors stayed, not for money, but for the boy. The series ended abruptly after 5 seasons. No grand farewell, just silence. The rifle may be gone, the sets long dismantled, but the lesson remains. Real strength isn't how fast you draw. It's knowing when not to. Subscribe 90s Playback for daily new videos and press the bell icon so you don't miss any update.